good, okay. I didn't hit you too hard on it, but we gotta spend a little time, because now if the car's secure, we'll be all set. I should have Marcus do this, because I would do it right. Oh my God, I got it. Okay. Now, pull up your assignment for the day and pull up your problem statement, okay? Pull up your problem statement. I want you to do a little thinking here, a little synthesis, a little bit analytical kind of stuff. Okay, now let's look at this definition. Now, when I ask you to define what this meant on the quiz, as I said, you guys are good at memorization. You do that real good, all right? But now let's just, oh my golly, Marcus, we make that stop doing that?
Somebody's upstairs walking above us, so the camera's shaking from up here.
The table has that shape.
That's what it is.
Oh my golly. Okay, now, you're gonna write a delimitation section on your study. I want you to take a few minutes now and look at your problem statement. On the next page, Bumgarner and Hensley, they try to help you do this for you. All right. Now, I'm going to go with Nathan. Nathan, read your problem statement nice and loud.
The purpose of this descriptive study is to assess and describe rule knowledge and moral reasoning application of the NCAA rules test in Division I track and field coaches.
All right, stop right there. Look at number 1 up there. Your first delimitation is going to be what?
What you're asking.
Nathan?
The college coaches.
Okay, so this study is going to be limited to, you told me this morning what? Give me a number this morning, when I was talking to you.
The
How many coaches did we talk about this morning?
13. Oh, 48.
Okay.
I
Okay,
don't know.
this study is delimited to 48 what?
NCAA Division I college track coaches.
There you go. Are you writing this down somewhere?
I figured.
Okay, all right. Now, all of you have a population. That's your first delimitation, okay? All right, Ricky, how many are you gonna have?
I don't know. That's what I was just thinking of. The study that I just did was 7 agencies total. So I'm wondering if 7 would be fine. They got over 1,000 people, but they,
Okay, you could say this study is delimited to, pick a number, right? About 1,000, who are they? Police officers,
law enforcement officers.
law enforcement officers, or whatever, okay? In these 7 agencies, correct? All right, that's your first one. Write it down. All right, Brad, hit it. What's your first one?
I said about 100 NCAA Division I student athletes.
Okay, 100? All right.
That's just a guess.
You're gonna have to have the age down for yours,
Yes.
Look
so
up there.
between-
right? Okay, got it down? Nicole,
Got it.
got it?
Yeah.
Got it? Okay, very good. Now, see, application, all right? Alexa, you got it? All right. Jacob, you got it? Yes? Getting there? Okay. You're gonna be guessing the number, right? So it's gonna be limited to, you can leave a blank if you have to. Blank? Professionals? Where are they? Who are they? Yeah, gonna be limited to, gonna be in this area, correct?
So is that how you
Limited to
actually write it?
Professionals and non-professionals
Or would it be a paragraph?
in a small
I feel like it
rural,
would be like our sub-problems
Right.
at 100.
correct?
Kind of like that.
Got it?
So when you phrase it, do you put like delimited, or do you just put 60?
Okay, now it's not limitations, it's delimitations. These are delimitations, okay?
And then one of them.
Okay. Okay, look at the next one. Yes.
So for alcohol, should I say
Well, wait till I get there. I'm still on question number 2.
I'm still on number 1.
Still number 1. We got any drunks? You're looking for drunks or what? It's the
So-
population. This is just your population. Who are you looking at?
Well, that's what I'm concerned with, because, I mean, a lot of people drink illegally in college, so
That's
should I
not,
put 18?
what's that first one say? Look at that, Brett. 24 female collegiate swimmers. That's it. So what are you gonna look at? 100.
Student athletes age 18 to 24, but what I'm concerned is, should I say 18 or should I say 21?
Oh, you wanna make sure you're not getting illegal
Yeah.
ones. Aha, the plot thickens. It's a good question, because when he goes through IRB, that's gonna be an issue. Because you're looking at illegal activity, right?
Or should I just stick with 21 then?
But you wanna know, don't you?
Yeah.
We'll just have to write it up really good for IRB, because that bitch is very hard to work with, so I think I'd leave it at 18.
All right.
But that's gonna be something we're gonna have to worry about.
All right.
I gotta write that thing up to protect them, right, because they, you'll want to get in trouble. Whew, okay. All right, number 2. Now, what kind of sample are you gonna have? A purpose sample means that it is a convenience sample, okay? All right, so write your sample right now. What's it gonna be? It's a delimitation of this study. Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys.
Are we allowed to say members of the University of Idaho? Or are we not supposed to?
You're not supposed to, because you could come back, but you could say, oh, members of a Division I Northwest University, okay? Man, they gotta do something about that, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Gee. All this money? It's getting worse by the minute. You got your book in front of you, it might help you just put it out and look at it. Oh, Brett's got his book in front of him. Okay, how we doing number 2? You got it?
Can you say the actual team in this one? Because I remember in the problem statement we finished, did you say like track and field?
Yeah, you usually try to. Jacob, how are you doing? Got it? Wait. You would use perfect too. You would use that one where you say, all right, now do number 3. This study is delimited to what? It says your measuring tool, okay? So your measuring tool is gonna be whatever you're gonna call this sucker.
Yeah.
Right? The Stark 5-question moral reasoning, you ready? The Stark 5-question moral reasoning application tool, okay? All right. Got yours? Liz? Good deal. All right.
Tell me what this says.
What does it say? I just wrote it. Sampling. Your sampling, you're gonna note it, and what in the world is that?
Sampling method.
Sampling methods. Applications, ice hockey, Northwest received versus diagnosed. I haven't got a clue what I wrote down. It's a sampling method is what I'm looking at though. That's what you're missing, all that stuff up there. I have no idea what that was. Looking at that thing there, that's what it says, okay?
Okay.
Now, if you use more than one tool, you have to say what the tools you're gonna use. All right? You're using more than one tool, or you're using 2 tools? What's ADS?
Athlete drinking scale.
Hmm?
Athlete drinking scale.
Oh, okay. To measure what? Look at it up there. See, they used it to do what? To measure what? So it's not just using the tool, why are you using it? To measure what?
Pretty sure that one is the, I can't remember if that's the frequency one or if that's just general numbers.
Remember, it relates to your problem statement, okay? So whatever tool you have has to relate to your problem statement. Is it clear in your problem statement what you're measuring? Okay? So then this should relate to your problem statement as what it's measuring in your problem statement. Okay? Make sense? All right. Got it? Yeah?
Mhm.
Anybody over here? Wait? Jacob?
Would I include the use of professional? Or is that?
Who's problem statement? Don't you have a hard copy here? That'd be helpful. Time is money. Money's time. Wait, you got it figured out? Questionnaire do what? Measure what? Is that what you said, your problem, where's your problem statement? Where's your problem? Okay, you got a problem statement? So you're looking at compression therapy, right? You're looking at compression therapy on joint snare. Will you have to have a tool to measure weak points? That's correct. Whatever you're gonna do, really after, I don't know. So whatever, however you're gonna measure this thing, you have to have one for this one, and one for that one, and one for that one. Okay? So look at your problem statement, you guys, because whatever you're measuring should be very clear at this point, exactly what you're doing. Views, right? Yeah, so you're looking at these views, so the things I guess you're gonna have, who do you go? You have the rotation. Use the animal questionnaire to measure whatever it is, and you're now move your medical professional what they're doing.
What if it's a modification of an instrument, but you're modifying it so much that it kind of becomes something different than the one you modified it from? Do you still call it the one you modified it from, or do you
You just
just
say
call it?
modified, some. All right? Now the last one. When is it being done? I don't know when you're gonna do it. Administration of the data collection instruments, when is it gonna be limited? You're limiting it to a period of time. What is the period of time?
When are we, for next semester, when do we
will
have
start
to have
collecting
our
data in
data?
January,
When do we have to have it by? All
by
of it?
March.
By March.
Okay, so when is the period of time?
I'm concerned, so do you have to have it done by March?
Are you in a two-year program or a one-year program?
I'm thinking year and a half.
Year and a half?
Just because.
No, you don't have to be done by then.
Say, 'cause they're gonna
Because
be
if
doing
you're
a
a year-
lot of different.
If you're in a year and a half, you do all your stuff that you have to do in 580, and then you're taking it complete and collect it all in somewhere and then you get your grade.
Is it, possible to collect it like all through the spring?
Sure. All right, you try to move it along if you can.
It's just because I'm gonna be in season for track and it's gonna be pretty intensive on the data collection, so I just don't think I'll be able to get it done
Okay.
in that short amount of
Okay.
time.
Get it online, you get it, all right. So now you have your delimitations. Okay? You got it written up? Okay, where are they? Put them right like they have in there, let's see the number, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, anybody have a question? Go, you got it? No
Can-
problem?
Can this stuff, can some of this stuff be altered, or does this have to be rock solid and this is what we're guiding?
So what have we
Like,
done so
once
far?
we-
Have we altered stuff along the way so far?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Then you know the answer, right?
okay.
Okay, now let's do the limitations. As I said, you got, all right, we're gonna go over here and look at the limitations. Now, a limitation, you delimit to, you said what you're gonna do, right? You had the parameters around it, right? You got a fence around what you're doing, a delimitation, correct? That's what you said in your quiz answers, right? Now, when we look at the data, down the road, what do we need to remember about what we did that tells us that there may be a weakness in our study, correct? This is what you wrote, right? So what are the weaknesses in your study? First one is the sample. Will your study have a weakness by the sample? Caitlin,
Yes, only 60.
all right, write it down. Macy, will you have a weakness? Sample size, how many you gonna have?
Probably more than that.
How many you gonna have? You should have told me your delimitations. How many people you gonna have in your delimitations? How many, what's your sample?
60 or so?
What?
60 or so?
That's a limitation. Your sample is gonna be small. Macy, if you have a sample of 5,000, we'd say, oh, that's great. 60 maybe limitations, okay? So write down what it is. You have one too by size, correct? Unless you have a random sample, you have a limitation, okay? How we doing?
So I already have the sample. But they already chose our with this, consider as a.
I don't know the limitations of your study. Read through there, but I think there are some limitations in your study, okay? Now, does that look like that up there?
No, I mean, it's
Don't
just,
make up things, just go away what we're doing. What's your sample size?
it's not in that order. Sample size approximately, thinking 50.
Write it just like that, okay?
All right.
Don't make it up, just,
Okay, I'll make that.
Rachel, you got it? I think so. All right. All right, now, is there anything about the activities of these people that's gonna screw up your study? Anything about what they do? Nicole, do your subjects have both men and women coaches?
Like currently, or,
You gotta study them, right?
yeah,
They have more than one coach, correct?
yeah. Like, one of the head coaches is male, the other one is female.
Okay. You do those activities, might mess you up. Could have a problem, right?
Yeah.
How would you write that?
Um,
Interaction with male and female coach,
With like current, should we put
what?
interaction of current coach?
Yes.
Is,
May affect the data,
Okay.
right, okay? Ask me a question, Clayton. Anything about the daily activities? Anything about the subjects? Anything about your subjects that may weaken your study? You might have one in the medical personnel if they have experience in concussions or not. Do they not? Right? Or maybe a weakness because you have athletic trainers, but you might have medical people or nurses or whatnot. I don't really get a pick, but would those people have some kind of weakness that they wouldn't know about?
Like something more under experience for an athlete.
medical personnel with athletes may be limited, which would affect their knowledge, correct? Something like that? All right. Jacob, did they have any other training techniques going on at the same time? Get that? Okay, good. Yes, ma'am. All right, so it's limited to athletes in the Big Sky, correct?
Yeah.
And you're surveying for what? Disordered eating? And you just want to know whether they are at risk. So, would any of them be under the availability of counseling? Okay, I'm at XYZ University, and I have this tremendous nutritionist working with me. And you're at ABC University, and there's no nutritionist at all. So one of the limitations could be if the institution has any kind of ready educational program that might affect the real thing, okay? So you have to think about what could be going on.
And another one would be like, some athletes will be in season and some won't, or that
Yeah.
could impact
Yeah.
too.
Very good. Okay? How we doing? You got it? Yeah, Rachel?
Can you tell me what this is?
Oh, gee. I was on an airplane. Right, flying through a storm.
Yeah.
There was this weekend.
Yeah. Oh.
Remember that storm, that typhoon hits it? Yeah. Pilot said, "Don't worry, we're gonna land into the wind. It might be a little bumpy, but we think we'll make it." Women may say they are more physically active than they actually are. Is that a weakness of, that's a limitation, right?
Yeah.
Hell, that right there.
Because
That's a weakness, that's a weakness.
Okay.
Look at that, but look at that list.
So
Anything
but
else in
physical
there?
activity levels will not be tested to eliminate if they are more or less active than they actually are.
Right. Sample size is small. Yeah, that's a weakness, but there's something else.
I was upside down,
Who
sideways.
and how, weakness. Physically active. Well, I think it has to do with the sample size. Okay,
We
sample
already
size.
covered that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, great. All right, now let's look at the rest of these. So this all has to do with an experimental design, which makes it a little bit different. But let's look at what they're looking at. The survey, those of you who are doing an online survey, that is a weakness. Why? Online surveys have weaknesses. Why?
Because you're assuming that they are being honest. You can't control it.
Okay, you can't control their answer. Well, you're assuming they're honest, but that's an assumption. What's wrong with online surveys, you guys? Come on.
Participants.
What?
Anyone can participate almost. Is that what-
Well, no, you can fix that.
Response rates are much lower than.
There you go. Very good, Brett. Say it loud for everybody.
Response rates are much lower than in-person surveys.
Right, okay? So this, the limitation is gonna be, it's an online survey. An online survey often has less response rates. And not only that, but it's people who are interested in it, okay? You could be biased because they are interested in it. So if they have an interest, you're gonna have a bias, okay? It's a limitation. Yes,
Can
ma'am?
you do both? Could you do an on-league survey and then also bring in a survey to say like your exercise classes or two?
Well, yeah, but it's gonna be a limitation because it's
Because
these
it's a-
folks, right? So you're not gonna have a huge, it's gonna be limited, you know, by, oh, that's a delimitation. Just say,
Like if you were to do
Yeah, online.
half and half. Online and
well, your
paper.
delimitation is gonna be whatever. I don't think there's one there. I think there's
Okay.
one by the online, but it shouldn't be, unless it could be unless it could be the type of class it is. Would the class itself make something that would limit the study? Like they're studying it already?
Well, I don't think so because I'm looking at physical activity levels, and so anybody who's in any of the different kinds of classes are being physically active.
Okay. think we're okay.
Okay.
We think about it, well, I'll probably think about it after like 4 hours from now, but,
Okay.
all right? Okay, survey methodology. If there's a limitation because of that survey, what you're doing. Access, response time. Can you think of anything else that is a weakness of the study? Anything else that would make the study weak?
So when you say that it's administered online, you could just say, like, it's conducted online, therefore it'll be affected by.
And the limitation is when people do things online,
Okay.
okay, when they do things online, it's whether they're interested in it or not, right? If it's not a random sample, that's part of the whole thing. If you can't random sample them again, you're gonna have some limitation. Marcus, am I missing any?
Maybe time in which you collect the data.
Yeah.
So for like Nathan, you want to collect your data
Speak up so everybody
before
hear
a
you.
competition.
Speak up so everybody hear you over there.
Like the time as to which you collect your data. So for some people who are collecting their data at conference championships, that might be a limitation as to the quality of your data because you're collecting it while they're in the mindset of competing.
Okay. And this limitations, Ricky, you asked me a question about changing all this. When we get the data in, we might have to go back and look at the limitations, okay? Because the data will drive a lot of what we're looking at. I mean, after we've collected it, we should know up ahead of time, but sometimes something crazy happens, right? That would make a limitation on it. All right.
Sorry, one more question. So you know how people go on health kicks during January with New Year's resolutions and things?
I know,
Would
I'm
that
one of
be-
those people.
Yeah, a lot of people are. Would that be a limitation? Because they'll more
Time of
women
year.
are
Oh,
physically
certainly.
active?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they might be just very special children trying really hard because it's January and
Yeah.
everyone's gonna be better, whatever.
Mhm.
So limitation as to the time,
Okay.
okay? All right, let's look at assumptions now. Okay, let's go to assumptions. Now, a lot of this stuff is so redundant. It's so redundant that you're thinking to yourself, what in the hell do we have to write this for? Well, it's not the fact that it's redundant, it's the fact that you know exactly what you're doing. And you want your reader to know that you know what you're doing, okay? Now these, everyone in here has these sorts of assumptions. So, write them. It's right up your alley, Rachel, this is just for you.
No, it's nice.
So you should have about 5 of them. Hear that noise?
It's the elevator.
That's a what?
Elevator.
Oh, the elevator, I thought, well, then that thing's burning up even more. This is terrible.
Yeah.
We're all gonna be car sick, motion sickness. Ugh.